Yes, and welcome to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series on the Region Sports Network, on the internet at RSN YouTube, Facebook.com/Region Sports, and RegionSports.com. We come to you today from Jerry Ross Park in Crown Point, Indiana, as Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point presents the Cal Ripken 10U World Series. Michael Brenner on site here with Jack Thiel to bring you all the action between Flood City and Westside. We're going across the country here a little bit. You got Flood City from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and Westside from Eva Beach, Hawaii. And we know we got some people tuned in from all across the country, so thank you for joining us. I know it's a little bit, it's probably like late morning, early afternoon over in Hawaii. I know it's early evening in Pennsylvania. And well, welcome to Indiana, so a little in between both those areas right now. Can't wait to get this one going. Flood City out of Pennsylvania. Well, they're 1-0 to start the pool play here in the Cal Ripken 10U World Series, and they did it in walk-off fashion. Jack, you were there for that one.
Yeah, it was a tremendous effort by them. Down to their final out, and Dylan Halkovich provided an RBI single up the middle to tie things up. And then Brett Shetler, in extra innings in the bottom of seventh, the bases loaded, hit a line drive over the right fielder's head. Flood City never gave up. They had that Flood City magic, and they were able to win. This is a very deep team. You know, their lineup is very deep. Another guy to watch out for is number 99, Abram Mayak. A really big kid, got a lot of power. And this is just a well-sounded team. You know, I had an opportunity to talk to the manager, Dan Blackburn, before today's game, and he just said these kids had a goal at their first practice, and it was to play in this tournament. So, you know, these kids are achieving that goal as we speak, and really good job by winning the first game. Now we enter, for the first time, teams playing their second pool game. So a lot on the line because the other team in the Westside Bombers lost yesterday's game. So should be interesting to see how this one unfolds.
First pitch into Mason Blackburn. Over the head for ball one. Pitcher today for Westside is going to be Mason Gasper. So he throws ball one to open up game two of pool play here for these two squads. It's the 1-0 pitch. This one in the air, first base side, and Kealoha makes the catch at first base. And we'll give you the lineup here for Flood City. Leading it off, you just saw Mason Blackburn, and then Bronson Baxter there in the second spot. Abram Mayak, who Jack was referring to in the 3-hole. A little bit of a time here on the field. Brett Shetler in the cleanup spot in the 4-hole. In the 5-hole, you've got Liam Fitzpatrick. And then in the 6-hole, you've got Kobe Ken. Get ready for this first pitch here to Baxter. And over the head, so over 1-0 the count. Kobe Baxter, Del Sigmore in the 8th spot. Dylan Alkovich in the 8th spot. So the 1-0 bounces in, 2-0 now. In the 9-hole, you have Chris Kent, and then rounding it out is Jackson Pavic.
A common thing you saw between all these games in the Hawk pool, well, they're very close, and they're very low scoring, so a lot of pitching was offered for all four teams in day one.
2-0 pitch. That one in there for a strike. One of the things that a lot of these pitchers that went yesterday had to deal with, especially early in the day, or kind of that afternoon starts, they really had to deal with some pretty heavy rainfall and some of the pitches not going their way. Hard to grip the baseball in those kind of conditions. This one chopped on the ground, 2-2.
Yeah, we saw both teams had to make adjustments because in those early 10 a.m. games, at the beginning there wasn't much rain, but you kind of got the end of those 10 a.m. games, and the rain started to come down. So we saw some quick adjustments made by all teams, during that time period.
Westside played in that 10-15 start against Kingsburg out of California. So the count runs full here on Baxter. It was a 4-2 final in favor of Kingsburg. We'll give you the defensive alignment here in just a moment. As count full here for Baxter. It's a shortstop today for Flood City. Gasper on the bump, trying to get that second out. Kicks and fires. Comes inside, and that's going to be a 1-out walk issued. Fuentes in left, Irvine in center, Papillon in right, Gabrillo at third, Verbeckmos at short, Phelps at second, Kealoha at first. We've seen him already. Sowit behind the plate today for Gasper. First pitch to Mayock on the ground, right side, picked up by Phelps over to Verbeckmos, and he doesn't throw over to first, but they get the lead runner on the 4-6 putout. Nice play by Phelps and Verbeckmos there on the middle infield.
Yeah, that was a screamer right off the bat. Took the one hop and was able to play it and flip it to second base in time, and that's the type of power you get from Abram Mayock. I mean, he went 3 for 3 yesterday with an intentional walk, so you're glad you're able to get at least one out in that at-bat.
Here comes Brett Shetler now with 2 outs, 1 on. This one a short bloop into shallow right center. So that'll touch down for a single. So Shetler is on. So 2 outs, 2 on. Flood City trying to get an early run across the board as Liam Fitzpatrick now comes to the dish. Gasper looking to pitch himself out of a jam here. Little foul tip into the mid of Sowit. Runners get back to their bases. It's Fitzpatrick ready to go. Gasper has his sign. He nods in approval. And he fires the 0-1. This one on the ground, left side. Verbeckmos is going to take the short run over to second, step on the cushion for the final out of the first inning. We go bottom 1. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu, has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Brought to you by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Westside starting lineup for the Westside Bombers. Preston Phelps will lead things off for Westside. Isaac Sowit in the 2-hole. Shane Kealoha in the 3-hole. Justin Fuentes in the cleanup spot, followed by Stanson Verbeckmos in the 5-hole. Angelo Papillon in the 6th hole, and then Justice Cabrillo in the 7th spot. Shiloh Irvine in the 8th spot, and then rounding it out is the pitcher, Mason Gasper. Defensively for Flood City, you got Kent in left field. Blackburn in center and Mayock in right. Shetler at third, Baxter at short, Baxter, Sigmore at second, and then Ken at first. Halkovic behind the plate for Fitzpatrick. First pitch misses 4, ball 1 on Phelps. That one on the edge for a strike, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Just getting started here between Westside and Flood City. Again, this is the second game for both these squads. Had to wait about 4 hours from their originally started game time.
Yeah, but they
not as bad as others.
They got some extra rest, though. They were the first games yesterday, so I think they're glad that they got some time to rest, and they're playing a little evening game today.
I was thinking about that over the course of this week. I'm sure these kids are just ecstatic to be out of their homes, staying wherever. You might be getting, staying in houses or something and hotels or whatever, so I'm sure they're not having a problem going to bed at night, but there might be some advantage for some of our local teams sleeping in their own beds. This one on the ground, left side, picked up by Baxter over to first, not in time. So it's a leadoff single for Phelps to get things started for Westside. It's got to feel good after they got that 4-2 loss. They had a really gutty loss yesterday. It was a hard-fought game. Put some pressure on Kingsburg for sure. Pitch is in there for a strike on Isaac Sowett.
Now, one thing we've seen, I think, throughout the course of the games today is when these teams jump into early leads, they've really used those leads to build momentum and stay in front of the other teams. We haven't seen, I don't think, in this field specifically, any blown leads really. Once a team has taken the lead, they've done a good job of adding on to it and keeping that momentum on their side.
Yeah, we see some teams kind of put up some fights and maybe tie the game. But, once so far today, for the games that we've seen, once the lead has been taken, they have not relinquished it. And there's no such thing as an announcer's jinx, so it doesn't exist. 2-2 the count here on Sowett. He's the catcher for Westside. 1 on, no out. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Down on strikes goes Sowett, and this brings up Kealoha.
Well, Flood City had a very efficient team effort on the pitching side of things yesterday in their win. They were down early, and they really did a good job keeping Bryant quiet at the plate. And it was a team effort on the mound. They used a couple of relief pitchers. So for them to do that, I'm sure they feel really confident there. And I know the pitchers really trust their defense just because they made a lot of great plays yesterday.
This one on the ground left side. This will get through for a base hit. So Kealoha is on. So 2 on, only 1 out here in the inning, putting the pressure on early. It's Westside. And even if you, in this inning, even if you don't come across with a run, you're making some contact and you're putting in some holes, so you're feeling kind of confident that you can get contact off the pitcher early on here. As Fuentes comes up, he had a pretty good day yesterday. Spent some time on the bump in relief of Kealoha.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can see as a batter when you're on deck and you really watch the pitcher.
0-1, missing outside.
I remember always when I was on deck, I would never stop looking at the pitcher, seeing what his motion was, seeing what his delivery was. Is there something different he does when he throws a different type of pitch? Yeah,
looking for any kind of little advantage that you possibly can.
Yeah, it's doing your homework.
Yeah.
Be prepared at the plate, know what's coming in. It really can help you a lot.
It's 1-2 to Fuentes. Just got a piece of it to foul it away and stay alive. Westside would really like to get scoring early here, so put that pressure on Flood City right away. But if I'm Flood City, I'm also thinking, hey, no matter what it is, we've got a walk-off win in this World Series. This one rocketed foul off to the right from Fuentes. And this is why he wears batting gloves, and that sound off the bat makes me think that probably had a little bit of a zing to it.
Yeah, definitely when you get inside the hands on that swing right there. Like you said, you feel a little zing right there. It does not feel good.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. Count evens at 2 on that pitch. Kealoha cheering on his teammate over at first base. Two. Called, strike 3. Single strikeout for Westside. Not saying that's what Verbeckmos is going to follow, but we'll see what happens. Takes the first one for a strike.
And you can see the pitcher on the mound is now working quickly. He's working on his own rhythm, his own pace. Catcher's giving him the ball very quickly, and he's on that mound as soon as possible.
0-1 just upstairs. Yeah, he's working at a very methodical pace. He's He's thinking as he's already released the ball what the next pitch is going to be. Uses every bit of that pitching rubber there. This one popped into center field, and it'll drop just off the glove of Blackburn. And the first run is in. Kealoha heads down to third, and it's going to be a double for Verbekmos. And it's 1-0 Westside Bombers.
Well, you mentioned it, maybe if it follows. It wasn't a single, but it was still a hit right there, and an early lead right now for the Westside Bombers. And now 2 runners in scoring position. The inning isn't over yet. We got a mound visit here just to talk over things. You really don't want your pitcher to get discouraged here, tell him that it's all right.
Yeah, it's 1 run.
Sometimes the ball just drops in front of the defender. That's a very hard play to make for the center fielder. So, I think you just got to tell him, keep throwing strikes in there, keep pumping the zone, and your defense will help you.
Yeah, Blackburn out there I think it actually tipped off the glove a little bit. He was so close to getting that one. Great effort by Mason Blackburn in center. Hats off to him for sure. Just couldn't quite come up with it. But, yeah, Coach coming out here talking to his pitcher and just making sure, hey, you know what? Yeah, we got 2 outs. Let's get this guy, get him out. Good defense behind you. First pitch to Pabellon. This one out towards left, but this will get out of play and into foul territory. So Fitzpatrick gets the ball. He's going to head right back to that bump and work quickly. The 0-1. This one on the ground, up the middle, shaded over to first, not in time. Kealoha comes to score. Here comes another, and it's safe. It's 3-0 Westside, and down to second goes Pabellon.
Just heads up, base running right there. It was a hard play to make overall, but the base runners keeping their head up, looking around and knowing that their speed could beat the throw, and that's what you like to see if you're a coach.
So it's a 2 RBI single for Pabellon, and now Gabrillo up here. Ben from that left side. First pitch to him. Missing for a ball. You got Pabellon bouncing around back there, trying to disrupt any kind of timing he can. It's 1-0. Upstairs. Yeah, you can see there is some frustration on Fitzpatrick, and, we get it. Or, I'm sorry, the count is 3-0. We got to come at him right here now. 3-0. Called a strike. Kicks and fires the 3-1. This one down Main Street for a strike, 3-2. And on my head, okay, I've thrown 2 strikes here. Let's go right at him here, make my defense get the out or get the strikeout. Here's 3-2. This one on the ground. He shades it. Fitzpatrick over to first to get that final out. But not before 3 runs come across the board for Westside. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Located just 1 block north of the square in Crown Point and just 1 minute from Jerry Ross Park, Station 21 American Grill is one of the city's most popular eateries. Station 21 offers a full menu from steaks and seafood to burgers and wings. While in town for the Cal Ripken World Series, stop in and enjoy comfortable dining while watching a game on one of the 28 big screen TVs. Check out the menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, and relax.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the second inning. Flood City and the Westside Bombers, Pennsylvania and Hawaii represented in this game here today. Leading off for Flood City will be Kobe Ken. And then Kobe Baxter Del Sigmore. And then Dylan Halkovic. So we got time called as we have an issue with the visitors' dugout here. Keeping the gate closed. I don't know if it's something to do with the guys warming up in the bullpen.
Maybe you need somebody to watch out for them in case of any foul balls.
Yep, that looks like it's going to be it. Good call.
The enforcer.
Stands there with authority.
Nothing gets past him.
And he's got no glove. I'm impressed by one of the coaches out there. Want to know the count here on Ken. This one comes in and hits Ken in the side. Seen that a few times already here today. But if you're Flood City, you got guys on. That's what you got to do. Get guys on base. Down 3 already here after 1.
Yeah, you just have to have that mentality, whatever it takes. So, for Flood City, they are very big on momentum and really taking the opportunity. So, if Westside is going to put runners on, you have to take advantage of that. If you're Flood City, you're already down early. And the more innings you go without scoring a run, the more frustrated you might get at the plate. But you really want to keep this game as close as you can for the while being.
Here's Baxter Del Sigmore now digging in. First pitch to him is a little high for ball 1. They were giving Ken some time over there at first. We mentioned it earlier. Guy's 10 years old. Not a whole lot of padding for a lot of these kids to cushion that blow. 1-0. In there for a strike on the inside part of the plate.
Also a big inning for, the Bombers if you think about it. After you score those runs, coming out and throwing a scoreless inning can do a lot for you.
Yeah, built some momentum for sure. On the ground, left side, picked up at third, over to second, over to first, double play. Gabrillo to Phelps to Kealoha. As they throw it around the horn, 5-4-3 double play.
That was some pretty sound defense right there by the Westside Bombers. As good as a turn you can have for a double play right there. Everything went so smoothly. Put on the bag, hard throws made. That's a job well done.
First pitch to Halkovic misses for ball 1.
He was the hero. And yesterday's game, like we mentioned, had that tying RBI single with only an out left.
Rocketed back to the screen. Everyone in the press box is okay.
Zach didn't move.
No, it was nowhere near. There's no excuses. If he did, though, we wouldn't shame him too bad.
Never.
1-1 coming here to Halkovic. In there for a strike, so 1-2. 2 away here in the inning. If you're Westside, you got one more strike to get here to get out of this inning. Like you said, scoreless, and that would make it a big deal after that, especially the momentum after that 5-4-3 double play. 1-2. And he swung around on that one, so that'll be strike 3, first strikeout of the day for Gasper. So we go bottom 2, it's 3-0 Westside. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Just a reminder that coverage of the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series on the Region Sports Network is presented by Pet Supplies Plus here in Crown Point. Pet Supplies Plus is your one-stop store for all your pets' needs. Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. For more information, visit PetSuppliesPlus/Crown Point. Michael Brenner, Jack Theo with you here. We go bottom two. Westside Bombers leading at 3-0. Shiloh Irvine will lead things off. Center fielder today for the Bombers out of Hawaii. First pitch misses. Oh, I'm sorry, in there for a strike. 0-1. Fitzpatrick right back there doing the work. He started in that first inning. There's a strike. That's by using a little bit of that frustration to his advantage here. Quickly 0-2. Just missing outside for a ball 1-2. We wanted that one. Of course, we have the Westside Bombers playing here for the second time today. If you're a Region fan tuned in, it's not the same Westside you're used to here in Northwest Indiana. Swung on and missed for strike 3. There's the local high school, Westside High School.
Different colors, too.
Different colors.
Very different colors.
Yep. They're the Cougars. This one fouled off to the plate by Gasper. He's the pitcher today for Westside. So quickly 0-1 on him. It's the 0-1. In there for a strike, 0-2.
Not trying to do a White Sox tie-in here, but Fitzpatrick on the mound really is giving Mark Burley vibes on the mound. Very quick, knows his pitch right away, working fast.
On the ground, right side. Baxter Del Sigmore over to first. Nice pick by Ken at first base on the 4-3 putout.
You ever see Mark Burley pitch live before?
Live?
Yeah.
Like in person?
In person.
I don't believe so.
The quickest MLB game I've been to, he was the pitcher.
That doesn't surprise me. I've watched him pitch plenty of games on television, including that. It was the perfect game, right?
There was which one? Then there was a no-hitter. There was a perfect against the Tampa Bay Rays. Is that the one? That's the perfect game.
That might have been the perfect game. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I wasn't in the stadium, but I watched it live on television.
That's the
also has one of the most infamous
plays.
Defensive plays, flipping it between his legs to the first baseman. Was it Paul Konerko at the time?
It was.
There you go.
Making me feel old a little bit over here because I remember that.
We've got time. We got a question here to the press box. Might be questioning the official pitch count here. For Fitzpatrick. Count of the 1-1. Just missing on that one. So 2-1 the count. Making you feel, well, I'm older than you.
I understand.
We got time. And it looks like we may have a pitching change here. Or at least a conversation with Fitzpatrick. And no, we are going to have a pitching change. So Fitzpatrick comes off the bump. Looks like we gave it to the third baseman. Is that Shetler?
I believe so.
Yeah, number 55, so that's Shetler. So he'll be on the bump now. And we'll just see kind of how the defensive changes go.
Yeah, we talked about pool play and how, that required day's rest becomes very strategic. Then, with Flood City already playing a game, they have to think about what happens tomorrow or what happens the next day. So, for Flood City, this is kind of where they need to look. We're down 3-0. Game's obviously not over, but maybe we want to save Fitzpatrick for one of our games or a half of a game. Maybe we want to save his arm if needed.
So what I'm gathering is it looks like Baxter Del Sigmore goes to third.
Because Fitzpatrick was just under 40, so he does not have to rest any days on the mound at all.
And they probably want to. They're probably going back to back here, so they want to save him for tomorrow as well. We'll figure out all those defensive changes here as we figure out who's actually going to be going where. Yep. Second base, is that number 23 out there?
Flood City plays tomorrow at 5 o'clock against Kingsburg. So, having that, back-to-back the back, it's really making you think about who do you want to pitch on the mound.
So Blackburn comes in to play second base, and Fitzpatrick's going to go out and play center. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off earlier, just trying to make sure I got everybody out there defensively as Phelps pops this one right side. This will get out of play. So 2-2 the count here on Phelps. We had a pitching change mid-at-bat.
What's harder, a Rubik's Cube or figuring out defensive substitutions for a 10U Cal Ripken World Series game?
You know what? Surprisingly, I was able to get that down pretty well. So I'm going to go with the Rubik's Cube. This one chopped on the ground, third base side. Baxter Del Sigmore now over there. He throws across and gets the out at third base. So they go 1-2-3 here for Westside. We go to the third. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. If you're in the area, you're looking for something to do a little bit later on, or maybe you want to get lunch after one of the games here in Crown Point. If you're checking out this World Series, stop in for a bite to eat at one of Crown Point's most popular eating establishments at Station 21 American Grill. From burgers and ribs to wings and fish. Open every day at 11 a.m. for lunch and dinner. Station 21 is just a short 1-minute walk or drive away from the ballpark. Check out their menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, relax. Big thanks to Station 21 providing us dinner tonight.
Absolutely. For the second night in a row.
I wasn't here last night, so I didn't get to partake in that. But yeah, I know you're a big fan. You're a fan of that buffalo chicken wrap.
It's very good. Second day in a row.
That's what I was supposed to get, but I think you stole mine is what it was.
Well, the funny thing was, I was saying, if we needed anything for our Facebook page, maybe we do a food review for Station 21 during last night's rain delay.
If I recall correctly, I know you were on the student news when you were in high school. I know you were on the student news program, and I think you did. Didn't you do food reviews?
I did.
Yeah.
Now you're making me feel really old over there.
I don't want to hear it because you know what? I was teaching at that time while you were a student in high school, so I don't want to hear it. Kent here at the plate. Misses outside, 2-0 for Gasper.
Feels ages ago.
Chris Kent from the left side of the plate. Kingston fires the 3-0, missing for ball 4. So a base on balls for the first appearance for Kent today. And this will bring up Jackson Pavick.
So
yeah, you didn't think I would remember that, did you?
I mean, I knew you would probably remember it, but I feel old now.
Doing a food review. Nice.
Did a lot of them. Fun times.
This one bunted right in front of home plate. A couple of guys converge over at third, getting the out at first. Gabrillo picks it up to get the out. There were 3 guys kind of all converging on that one. Gabrillo's the one that gets it, but it is a productive out and gets the runner advanced down to second base in scoring position now for your leadoff hitter as you turn the lineup over back to Blackburn.
Yeah, Flood City trying to get 1 run across the board, get some momentum, get some confidence on their side.
This one on the ground right side. Phelps delivers it to first, gets the out, but again a productive out. Runner down to third now.
A good job, by this Bombers team. They're playing sound defensive. I mean,
yeah, they're not panicking.
Sometimes you may think I can maybe throw it to third and get that guy out. No, they're getting the quickest out, which is at first base. And that's how you know they are comfortable with their 3-0 lead. They're okay if a run goes through. They just want to get the outs and get out of the inning.
Well, they're only 1 out away from getting out of this unscathed as Bronson Baxter now at the dish. Takes one for ball 1. Appreciate y'all tuning in from Hawaii and Pennsylvania and everywhere else in between. That's literally just about the rest of the country in between those two. Including us. We're right in the middle of that. Count even at 1 for Baxter. Got hit by a pitch his last time up. Now he's sporting the 1 batting glove here.
I used to do that.
Did you?
I did a couple of times. If it was very hot outside, I would only wear 1 batting glove, especially on my non-throwing hand, just because I would get a lot of sweat on my hand. And so when I go back on the field, the ball would be a little slippery for my hand. So I would do that a little.
Missing low for ball 3.
But it's one of those days where I'd have both batting gloves on.
There you go. Yeah.
Not close to the weather I'd have to take 1 batting glove off.
Baxter's right-handed, so the only time I wear a glove on my left hand is when I'm hitting the links.
There you go.
Gabrillo moving in, pulls the bat back, and that's going to be ball 4. Nobody covering third, so could have gone down as far as he really wanted. Was Kent.
Got to be careful here at first base. I mean, you're trying to go to second base, but there's 2 outs. So they're definitely going to try to get you out to get out of the inning. So, if you're the runner at first base, you can't do what we've seen throughout this tournament where you automatically go all the way to second base if you're Baxter, because what we've seen from this Hawaii team is that they will throw you out.
Mm-hmm.
They've been playing great defensively, and you don't want to get any outs on the base path because you have arguably your best hitter in Abram Mayak. He's got the most hits on your team so far, and he's got the most power on this team.
Probably the most height, too.
That is a point as well.
Gasper sets. Kicks and fires the first to Mayak, who takes it upstairs for ball 1. If you are, we talked about if you're in the area, places to eat. We got plenty of places, not only here in Crown Point, but around Northwest Indiana to go hit the links as well. Plenty of golf courses around here. Some really, really nice ones.
White Hawk here in Crown Point.
Yeah. One-0. It's in there for a strike. Other activities going on this coming week while the World Series is going on. If you drive down a little bit, couple of miles, I think about 2 miles
Not
from
too far.
here. Yeah, you got the Lake County Fair going on.
Absolutely.
And then we also got the air show going on over in Gary, Indiana. So 1-1. That's what I was hearing some of the families talk. That some people are staying here in Crown Point. Some people are staying. I've heard some people staying all the way in Munster, Indiana as well.
Yeah, but a good opportunity, though, for some of these kids who aren't from the area to check out the Lake County Fair if they have the time.
Yeah.
It's a great place. I loved going there as a kid, so definitely a lot of fun for these kids. All the rides, the amusement, the food, the drinks, all there for you.
2-1, Mac. Ducks out of the way of that one, 3-1 now. Gasper was kind of cruising through the inning a little bit, got 2 outs after a walk. And Baxter reaches base. You got runners on the corners, 2 out here.
You're definitely being careful with Mayak at the plate.
I would. 3-1. Skips in the turf away. No go on the send. So bases loaded here in the third. Best scoring opportunity so far of the day for Flood City. Back-to-back walks, third of the inning. Fourth of the game for Gasper.
And now Shetler, the batter, we'll see if he can continue his heroics from yesterday. A huge opportunity at the plate.
Now we may have a pitching change here. Gasper at 37 pitches right now. You know, one of the things that I do a little bit different than, you've heard of that phrase, ducks on the pond. I mean, there was a little drizzle earlier during this game. Couldn't really tell on the camera view, but there was a little bit of a drizzle. So kind of appropriate for yesterday and was maybe a little appropriate today. But I don't use that phrase. You know what I use? Dogs on the grill. I always feel like hot dogs on the grill is a little bit more appropriate for baseball.
Yeah, it is.
I know when I said that, though, people here that are supporting the Crown Point stuff, Crown Point, Indiana, their mascot's the Bulldogs. They were all thinking I was talking about, no, hot dogs on the grill.
Make some pretty good hot dogs here as well. I had a couple.
Did you?
I did. We had some early games, so we need to get some food in the system.
Oh, that was lunch yesterday. That's right, yeah.
It was lunch today, actually.
That I did not do. I did not partake in lunch. This one on the ground, right back to Gasper, makes the turn, throws to first, gets out of the jam as Shetler delivers it right back to Gasper and gets out of the inning unscathed. We go bottom 3. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the third inning where Westside's coming up. The Westside Bombers out of Hawaii. They lead 3-0 over Flood City. I was not paying attention. Do we have a new pitcher on the bump here?
That's Shetler still.
It's still Shetler? Okay.
Yep. I can tell he's kind of got the armbands on the glove side right there.
Look at you. Well, you saw them yesterday. I saw Westside yesterday, so I'm a little bit more familiar with them.
He did wear the same armbands in yesterday's game, too, so maybe a superstition after his walk-off hit.
We could look that up. I don't know. Is that available to us?
Maybe.
First pitch to Sowit is in there for a strike. Struck out his last time up when Westside scored 3 runs. I'm not sure what ones are, but
the armband isn't a superstition.
No,
but blessing himself before an at-bat is.
Now, how do you do that? We'll have to ask. Just take a water bottle and.
Yeah, there's many ways I think you can do it. You can be creative with it.
Okay, I'm for it. Whatever works for you. Swing and a miss. They got Sowit reaching. Fourth strikeout of the game. Here comes Kealoha.
This is really the bat you have to watch out for on the Bomber side. I mean, obviously, their strongest batter in the lineup, and Had a screamer off the bat. It was on the ground, but bullet.
Yeah, had that single in the first. It eventually came around to score in the first. 1-0 the count on him. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Nice cut there from the left side.
It's definitely a big matchup. You got Shetler, who's got some zip on that fastball, and obviously the hitter, who's got some power. As that misses outside, ball 2. Things have kind of been steady since that 3-run first inning for the Westside Bombers. And a high swing and a miss right there. I guess, we'll have to watch Shetler's pitch count as well. He's at 10, but, maybe for Flood City we see them pitch as many guys as they can to where they don't have to have any required days of rest. As here's the 2-2. That one low near the feet for ball 3.
So I was checking in to see maybe who's tuning in for this game on YouTube, and I have a question. Said they're cooking something on the grill. I've never heard of this before.
Dogs on the grill?
No. UNKO. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Unko? I don't know. This one lined on the right side. And the second out of the inning. Well, we got different positions now, so that is Blackburn at second base. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm curious.
I thought they were maybe stealing your dogs on the grill saying for a second.
Oh, I mean, it's not copyrighted, so you can have it. Around right side again, Blackburn comes up with it, makes the toss, but just off as Fuentes now going to make his way down to second, reaches base on the air at second base. Really nice play, though, by Blackburn to get in front of that one and then just trying to hobble it over to first base. Just couldn't get it there in time. Nice play, though.
Yeah, it's just a tough play to make. You love the effort from him, kept the ball in front of him, and made the throw. It was a bang-bang play, and it was going to be a close call.
I'm going to go single and then air down to second base. That's what I'm going to do. Because it's my scorebook. I can do whatever I want. All my stats are unofficial. Rebekmos here at the plate now. 1-1 the count on him. One and two, the count on Rebekmos. This one chopped on the ground. Foul. Oh, okay. Saying it's uncle and cooking. Uncle, it's cooking. Okay, so he's... All right, got it. Called strike 3 to get out of the inning. Thanks, Melody, for clarifying. All right, we go to the 4th. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu, hi Stu, has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til to go. Our to-go service is easy to use and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the top of the 4th here. Jerry Ross Park in beautiful Crown Point, Indiana. Flood City coming up here. Top 4, Fitzpatrick, Ken, and Baxter Del Sigmore all due up here. The scheduled hitters here in the fourth. So Fitzpatrick here to lead off the fourth. Gasper still on for Westside, pitching a pretty good game so far. Not allowing any runs so far. First pitch in there for a strike. Really the only blemish, he's got a hit by pitch, a handful of walks. Everything else not too shabby. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Fitzpatrick's thinking, oh man, why did I go for that one? Got plenty of fans coming in checking in from both sides. Pennsylvania and Hawaii. Appreciate you guys tuning in. 0-2. Missing outside, Gasper. Getting a little bit of a reach on that one at 41 pitches now. Dare I say, the sun's starting to peek out a little bit. And there's no announcer's jinx, so if it starts to go away, that's not my fault. The 1-2. This one fouled back to the screen. It's put up a good fight here so far. One, two. This one down the line into left. Makes the turn around first. Goes into second. Here comes the throw. It's cut off, but it's a leadoff double for Fitzpatrick here in the top of the fourth.
Just what Flood City needed right there. Some momentum, a huge hit with no outs, and now an opportunity with a runner standing on second, the fourth inning. So with games only 6 innings, you got to get those runs as fast as possible now.
Here comes Kobe Ken. Takes that one inside for a ball. 1-0. So one on in scoring position. You don't got to get them all back right now, but maybe at least chip away, get 1-2 if you can, especially getting that leadoff double. That one in there for a strike. 1-1. Gasper sets at the belt. 1-1. Little looper into first base. Kailoa there to make the catch. This will bring up Baxter Del Sigmore. Started at second base, made his way to third. Grounded into that double play. Back into second. Gasper would like something similar to that here. That one missing outside for a ball and no strikes.
Hey, you'd like to build something off of that leadoff double, and whether it's an RBI ground out or a sac fly, just trying to advance the runner as much as possible and get him at home plate.
1-0, missing downstairs. The clouds really starting to break up here in the hub city. We had such great weather for that opening ceremony on Friday and for the skills competition. That one in there for a strike. Hopefully that rain can stay away. So that's scheduled for tomorrow. We'll see if that. The nice thing about the weather, totally unpredictable. 1 minute it's 90% chance of rain. Next minute, 0. That's in there for a strike now. So the count evens at 2. And that goes to 50 pitches now for Gasper. This one ticketed up the middle and through for a base hit. They are going to hold the runner at third. Kailoa getting off of first base. Really getting the middle of that diamond on the cutoff. So runners on the corner here with only one away.
Yeah, it's a good cutoff, though, right there by the first baseman. Sometimes on that cutoff you can catch the first base runner in a pickle, but good job right there staying at the bag.
Here comes Halkovic now with a golden scoring opportunity. We got time taken. We may be seeing a pitching change here now. Looks like left field coming in. That's Fuentes. So we got 11 going to left now. That's still Choi Fu moving to left. Gasper coming out. Fuentes might be going to third. Let's see. Did they move the shortstop Verbeckmos? Yep, he's the new pitcher. So Verbeckmos on to pitch. They've moved Choi Fu to left. So he comes off the bench. Not sure where he's going to fit into the or he might go into Gasper's spot in the lineup then. And Fuentes may have come in to play third, and Gabriello may have gone over to short. We'll wait to see when they get there. Did you ever pitch?
Yeah, I actually did here and there. You know, it's interesting, I would say the least. It's sometimes people love it, sometimes people don't, because all eyes are on you.
Right.
You know, and that's sometimes I like it, sometimes I didn't. I know definitely when you got the crowd going crazy, close game, you know, you feel like you're like stuck. You know, like kind of like quicksand a little bit. So, you know, being a pitcher, there's a lot of responsibilities, and, you know, that's why there's not as many pitchers as there is position players out there, I feel like. So, you know, pitching it's a form of art, I like to say.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
I'm just thinking to myself, I'm watching this warm-up, and I'm thinking about just me personally, give me some space. These guys are right on top of him around the pitching mound. So as for Beckmo's on to pitch now, trying to get these final 2 outs. You have runners on the corner for Flood City. Flood City trying to get their first run across the board. All right, so Fuentes goes to third. I'm guessing it's Gabrillo that moved over. Oh, nope. Phelps to short. And Gabrillo moves to second. Okay.
Hey, Andy, number 11 is now in the 9 spot in the batting order for that, correct? Thank you.
So just clarifying that Choi Fu will go in that last spot in the lineup. That's in there for a strike. Runner going down to second. They had a chance to potentially pick him off, but they're worrying about the batter right now. That's Halkovic. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, sometimes a risk that maybe you don't want to take.
But now they have 2 runners in scoring position now, so if you can get one to the outfield, swung on and missed. Board says 0-2, maybe 1-2. But your double play opportunity just went out the door by that stolen base.
And I think that's the thing in your head. You're thinking, look, there's 1 out. We could get the out. And if we make a mistake, then teams score. But at the same time, like you said, Michael, you want to have that opportunity for a double play because it would have been an ending one.
1-2, swung on and missed. First strikeout for Verbeckmo, second of the day for Flood City.
Now batting number 24, Enzo Moore.
So second and third, 2 outs. Enzo Moore, who they have to make sure they check him in before they get the official pitch. See, he's a pinch hitter here for Kent.
When Flood City, had some pinch hitters in yesterday's win, that's when things really went well for them. It seemed like some sort of boost of confidence off the bench for the team, and it really helped them prevail in that walk-off win. So we'll see if they have that same type of magic here with 2 runners on.
First pitch upstairs. Runners get their leads, but they're not going to be going anywhere just yet. They're not going to take that kind of risk. Second base can't go anywhere anyway. 1-0 the count on Enzo Moore, his first plate appearance today. That one hitting the zone for a strike.
And you can see more. He wants his pitch at the plate. You know, he wants one that he can really drive and score 1 or possibly 2 runs here.
Swung on and missed, 1-2.
You know, we talked about momentum shifters, and, you know, for the Westside Bombers to be able to get out of this inning with no run score, you know, they have to be feeling pretty good as we're getting kind of to the end spot of this game.
Yeah, we're top 4. And it's called strike 3. And Westside gets out of it with no damage done. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Located just 1 block north of the square in Crown Point and just 1 minute from Jerry Ross Park, Station 21 American Grill is one of the city's most popular eateries. Station 21 offers a full menu from steaks and seafood to burgers and wings. While in town for the Cal Ripken World Series, stop in and enjoy comfortable dining while watching a game on one of the 28 big screen TVs. Check out the menu at station21.com. Station 21 American Grill. Eat, drink, and relax.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Pamplon was leading off the 4th inning here. We're bottom 4. Before we can come back, he worked his at bat quickly, lined out to the second baseman quickly here. So now we got Gabrillo batting quickly. So already quickly one away here. That one going to be a foul ball, so that's going to be a strike.
And Shetler's done a really good job on the mound, keeping things where they've been. You know, when your team gives up 3 early runs, sometimes you don't want to get discouraged out there. And Shetler, who came in for relief, he's really kept things, you know, where they've been and has given his offense a chance.
Popped up right side. This will fall into foul territory, kind of just no man's land there. So still 0-2. Blackburn was the one that came up with that play at second base. So 1 out, 0-2 count here. This one going to be foul as well. So definitely getting pieces of it. Just got to straighten this one out is Gabrillo. Kicks and fires the 0-2. That one's missing outside, gets away from Halkovic, but no damage done on that one. So 1-2 now. This one line and just over the first baseman's head. So that's going to be a 1-out single for Gabrillo. This will bring up Shiloh Irvine now. So 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 6 is regulation here for the World Series. So that 3-run lead, as we talked about so far today, everybody on this field, once they've gotten a lead, they haven't relinquished it. Time called. Got a conversation with the home plate umpire and the pitcher, it looks like. Couldn't hear what was said, though. Maybe making sure that everybody in the home plate umpire is ready to receive the pitch, because he wants to work quickly here, it feels like. Ball gets away. Throw down to second, not in time. Takes a funky hop, but thankfully Blackburn is there to recover it. Otherwise, we would have been seeing Gabrillo making his way down to third, probably.
Yeah, it's always important to have that backup right there, especially on those throws at second base.
The 1-1 to Irvine. Comes inside. Shetler nearing 30 pitches here. Time is called. Yeah, he's wanting to work a little quicker than everybody else is ready. This one chopped on the ground. Third base side. Over to first. They try to relay the throw back to third, but not in time. Baxter Del Sigmore gets the out at first, and now even with a runner on third, now as a pitcher, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I just need to get this batter out here.
Definitely the right play right there. You go for the easy out. With one out before that out, you're able to get the second out of the inning and now one away.
Here's Steele Choi Fu with his first at bat. He came in as a defensive substitution in the top of the inning. Gets his first plate appearance here. In there for a strike, evens the count at 1. Gotta believe Westside would love some insurance here if they can possibly get this run to come across the board. There's a strike called on Choi Fu. So 1-2 pitch. Off to the right, giving chase. Oh, just can't come up with it over at first. In foul territory, so really no major damage done. But we can out there. Really good effort. Especially with that sun starting to peek out a little bit, probably getting in his eyes. Got a little piece of that one as Choi Fuso stays alive. One and two, runner on third. Bottom of the fourth, 2 outs. In the dirt, so count evens at 2 now. Credit to Blackburn on the last one. He was going to back up his pitch just in case he got away so nobody tries to steal. Little airbender there. Now the count runs full. Choi Fu can get on. We go back to the top of the lineup. Full pitch, full count pitch. Laser down the right field line, but foul. 37 pitches right now for Shetler. And it was red. If he's under 40, he doesn't have to take a day of rest. Is that what it was?
Yep. So getting near that. We haven't seen any, visit to the mound yet by the coach. So with 2 outs and, about 3 pitches to go, you're hoping the out comes here.
Line shot. Blackburn, though, there gets the out and adds the threat from Westside. So we go to the 5th. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brender here along with the one and only Jack Thiel, who likes to critique food. He's a foodie.
Used to critique. I am a foodie, but the critiquing is in the past.
So what kind of food is your favorite as a foodie?
Really
you like picky on your steaks?
No, Mexican food is really, my cup of tea.
Okay.
Some chips and salsa, some queso, some tacos, some fajitas, all that. It all goes well.
Fair enough.
Never complain about it.
Oh, I never complain. When it comes to food, I should say.
There you go.
For Beckmos deals the first pitch into Pavic for a called strike. We're in the top of the 5th inning here at the Hub City. We've got awards to hand out at the end of this one. We got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. This one on the ground, right side, second base, over to first. Getting that play. I know we've had some defensive substitutions, and I believe that's Gabrillo out there at second base now, but 4-3 on the putout. So we got the Crowd Company Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. We got the Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by IKORCC, the Indiana Kentucky Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters, and then the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, Earn While You Learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Blackburn here leading off, with one out here in the top of the 5th. Quite a few candidates already for all of our awards. I wrote at least one play down that stands out in my mind. I don't know if you have any more other than that one that you're kind of thinking about, maybe festering in there or processing.
There's been a few nice plays. I think the double play that we talked about that was nicely turned is definitely up there.
Yeah, I would say that's might be a leading. We can't reveal too much here. Another chance for Gabrillo here at second. That's a nice play. Talking about plays of the game. Holy moly.
He heard you. Said, hold on, I'm still playing second base. Don't count me out.
Well, he's the one that started that 5-4-3 double play, yeah. Moved from third to second. At least I believe that's Gabrillo out there. Is that number 10 out there? You got better eyesight than I do.
I believe so.
Comes Baxter now. Bronson Baxter takes the first pitch for a strike as Verbeckmos wheeling and dealing here in the 5th. On the ground, right back to him for the final out of the inning. They go 1, 2, 3. We go bottom 5. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back as Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point presents coverage of the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series here on the Region Sports Network. We do have a new pitcher on the bump, it looks like. Number 3 for Flood City, so Kobe Ken. Myatt comes in from right field to play first base. Gotta wait for the right fielder to make a turn so I can see the number out and right. Just trying to make sure we get all the defensive changes for you, so if it's hit their way, we don't get those names wrong. But we're in the bottom of the 5th here with Westside leading 3-0, and if the score holds the way that it is, this means that both teams are 1-1 here in pool play.
Yeah, and the second game is just so important because it can set the tone for Game 3 with both of these teams possibly being 1-1. Some very important games are going to have to be played tomorrow.
Well, then you start looking at runs against and stuff like that.
And if I'm correct, the other teams in the Spider-Man pool, which they're, or I should not say the Spider-Man pool, my apologies, the Hulk pool, they have not even started yet. So There's still a lot of question marks in between just the Hulk pool, but for right now, Kingsburg, who plays Bryant, you have a 1-0 and 0-1 team. If you have another 1-1, you have 4 teams possibly at 1-1, and that's where the tiebreaker comes in, effective.
So one line foul by Phelps, but Westside already played Kingsburg and won 4-2. So you got Kingsburg that's only let up 2 runs. Where now you're at Westside that's given up zero runs so far. Obviously, this game is not over. We still have a 6th inning for Flood City, and Flood City won on a walk-off yesterday.
Although you do have 3 runs already, more is plenty enough. You always want to. I always say you want to overpack than underpack. In this case, you always want to make sure you have more runs than you do right now. So at 3-0, obviously you feel pretty good at how they've pitched throughout today in this game, but, you would love to have another run or 2 or 3 more runs. It just makes things a little more comfortable for you on the field. You're allowed to play looser. You're not so tied up. And, when you're allowed to play loose and allowed to play your game, it's the best game you can play.
Pitch missing outside, so 3 balls, 2 strikes on Phelps, working a really nice at bat there, and it's Enzo Moore out there in right field, by the way. Able to identify that. Another foul here. Phelps doing a nice job making some contact here. It's Kobe Ken here on the bump. But yeah, definitely you always want to. There's no lead that ever feels comfortable 100%.
Yeah.
That one missing outside, so it's a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the 5th. You could be up 10-0, but then all of a sudden, you have 1 inning. All of a sudden, it's 10-5, and you're thinking, it's still 10-5, but
they always say the last 3 outs are the hardest outs to get.
Heck yes.
We might be getting a pinch hitter here.
We'll see number 57, which is Ethan Rogers.
Now batting is number 57, Ethan Rogers.
So he'll hit for Sowett. Sowett has struck out his previous 2 at-bats. This one on the right side, first baseline, but foul. Well, it's fair to say the sun has officially started to break through here.
Forgot what it looked like.
Yeah, right? We haven't seen it in like 2 days.
It's a beautiful sight, let me tell you.
And here's the thing about Crown Point. You can't see it, but if you look through the trees kind of closely, you can see the grand old lady up there. Another line down the right field line. I don't know where you park when you come in. I park on the other side of the street, and I take a nice little stroll around this particular field on the outskirts. I do get my steps in. Yep.
I park right there.
Yeah, I park kind of far. Swung on and missed. Down on strikes is Rogers. I actually have to get a canoe for most of the ride. That's just because it was raining. But if you actually go on the outskirts on the other side of this this wall, there are headshots and banners of all the players at this tournament. It looked like so. Really cool, and they're not divided by teams. They're just mixed match wherever. I don't know. I didn't pay attention if it was alphabetical order or not, but, starting on the way out in left field all the way through to right, you can see posters of all the kids playing in this tournament, which is super cool. Yeah, we don't get a chance to bring that to you here on the broadcast, unfortunately. We can probably get some highlights of that. We'll send some guys out there. The 1-0 to Kealoha. From that left side of the plate.
We know Chris Ramirez is somewhere with his phone around here recording some footage.
He's probably on his bicycle somewhere. Riding in the region. It's part of one of the fun activities that we have here on the Region Sports Network. And we love to bring you the high school sports, but it's so much fun to bring this 10U Cal Ripken World Series to you as well. 2-1 pitch. Coming in, that's in there for a strike, so evens the count at 2.
That's sometimes a disadvantage being one of the larger players in the 10U league is that your strike zone is bigger than everybody else's.
Yeah, when you're taller than everybody else. 2-2. That one coming way up and in.
I remember growing up, I was kind of taller than most of my teammates, and I'd have that problem where you see pitches, kids a little smaller than me, they call a ball, and for me it's a strike. And
that one trails inside, so that's going to be another walk. Then you had your 1 minute of whining, and then you carried on and went back out there. And
I wasn't much of a person who argued with the umpires, just because if I did,
I do not believe you.
I probably would have to run a lot.
Here comes Bailey Irvine to run for Kealoha.
So I knew if I were to open my mouth, I'd have to run too. So, I didn't want to do that. So I always made sure if it's worth it, then it's worth it. But if it's not, it's not.
So Bailey Irvine to run for Kealoha. First and second, one away. Here in the bottom of the fifth, like we talked about, Westside would like to tack on a few more runs here if they can.
And they've got the opportunity.
Pitch is in there for a strike on Fuentes, who's 1 for 2. Got a single in his last at bat, then got to second via an error. 1-1. Up the middle. Nice pick by Blackburn, flipping to short, over to first. Meakunu, here they come to the plate. They got him! What a play. Mayak over to first to get the out. That's just the second out, though, of the No, they got the out at
that should be a double play. They got the out at second.
Did they not get the out at second? They should have gotten the out at second and then the out at home plate.
Yeah, he got the out at second. He was safe at first, and they threw it home.
Yeah, they are going to. Even Flood City said it's the third out.
Yeah. That was the second. Out number 2 was at second base, and out number 3 was at home plate.
Yeah, so no run was scored. So it's still 3-0. We'll go to the 6th. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. You are watching RSN Game Day coverage of the 2023 Cal Ripken 10U World Series, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point, your one-stop pet supplies shop. Visit PetSuppliesPlus/Crown Point for more info. We are in the top of the 6th inning, where Flood City needs 3 runs to tie. Otherwise, it is ball game over. And naturally, one of the guys that makes the top plays to end an inning usually comes up and is going to be a hitter in the next inning, and that is Mayock here for Flood City. So Mayock will lead off. Here in the 6th. Again, here's a breaking ball missing upstairs from Verbeckmos. Westside leading it 3-0. If they can hold this lead here through this one popped in the air, and it's going to be Verbeckmos that makes the catch. And Mayock really frustrated with himself. Wanted to try to get on. So pop out to the pitcher, and this will bring up Shetler here. It's 1 for 2. Had a single in the first. In fact, and there's 2 hits. He's one of just 2 hits in this lineup today for Flood City. First pitch from Verbeckmos is in there for a strike. The 0-1. Just missing inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shetler had a pretty good day on the mound for Flood City. 1-1. This one ticketed into right field for a base hit. Going to first. They got him! Pabellon getting the out at first. Incredible. The old 9-3 put out just like you drew it up. So 2 away here. Flood City down to their final out as Fitzpatrick, who was 1 for 2. He had a double back in the 4th. He is on to try to get something going here with 2 outs. First pitch is a strike, and Verbeckmos had a hard time seeing through that sun here. For the first time since Friday, we have seen the sun. The 0-1. That's in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. So 0-2. Fitzpatrick down to the final strike. If he can get on, Ken is on deck. Set up way outside. The 0-2 missing low and out. So a ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. Breaking ball missing just inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's called strike 3. And that'll be the ball game. 4th strikeout of the day for Westside pitching. 3-0 your final in favor of Westside. So they improved to 1-1 in pool play. Flood City will drop to 1-1 in pool play. Obviously, with plenty more games going on. We have another game taking place right now over on Field B here at Jerry Ross Park. As the athletes are going to shake hands. And I know Westside has gifts to hand out. They have a bag of some kind to give to their opponent. It's really cool that they do this. I know in Game 1 when they played Kingsburg, they had something to give to Westside as well. And if we can pick up when Westside gets to the first base line here, Zach, they are going to actually, when they all get finished here, they're actually going to do a little nod to the opposing crowd here. So if we can turn the camera a little bit and get Westside here, this is going to be kind of cool. You don't see this too often, but as soon as their team is done through the line, they're going to give a little hat tip to the opposing crowd, which I think is really cool. Then eventually they're going to make their way over to their crowd on their line here, and they're going to give a hat tip to their home crowd here supporting them. Super cool. You don't see that very often anywhere else. I really like that. It was cool. I saw that yesterday when they did that against Kingsburg and providing the goodie bags, or I don't know if I found out what was in there, so I'll have to find out. All right, let's go ahead and name our award winners. Doing this on the cuff. We got the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. The Crowell Companies proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond for Westside. Got some options for sure. Kind of peeking through. You know what? I'm going to give it to Gasper. He had a great day on the mound. Didn't let up a single run. Had to come out because of the pitch limits and everything, but he had a great day on the mound. So I am going to give it to Mason Gasper. That's your Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Now the proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Well, I would say that 5-4-3 double play was definitely the leading candidate up until this 6th inning when Pabellon made his play in right field. That's going to take it. Angelo Pabellon in right field on what we thought was going to be a base knock, a ground ball that went right to right field. Angelo Pabellon came up with it, threw over to first, and got the out here in the 6th inning. That was quite an impressive play. You don't see a 9-3 put out very often, so I'm going to make that our proud Union Home play of the game. And then our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar player of the game, Boilermakers Local 374, earned while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Let's see here. Looking up and down the lineup here, I'm going to give it to Mason Blackburn. He had a pretty good day defensively over there, moving positions. He was in center field and played second base, made a couple of really nice turns over at second base, started some putouts and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Mason Blackburn from Flood City, is your Boilermaker Local 374 Blue Collar player of the game. Our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, video coordinator, Claude Martinez. On the production today, we had Ben Tamara and then Zach Zanelli on the camera, Michael Brenner and Zach Thiel on the broadcast for you. And a big thanks to Adam Whitehouse and all the coaches, Dan Blackburn and Joe Gabrillo from Flood City and Westside, respectively. Thanks for all your help in getting us ready for the game. And then special thanks to you, the viewers, on Facebook, YouTube, and RegionSports.com. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank you very much for tuning in from wherever you're tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned not only the rest of the day, but all week long. We'll have this entire 10U tournament here from Crown Point all week long, brought to you by Pet Supplies Plus. So stay tuned. We got plenty more action coming today. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.